At Abdallah's, you'll find the perfect holiday gift for the man who demands style and appreciates the unmistakable mark of quality. Classic gifts that will fit his casual or elegant moods. A luxurious sweater of the finest lamb's wool. Or a handsome sport coat with the soft touch like suede that is sure to make him all smiles. Allow us to help you select a dress shirt and a coordinating tie. Whatever you choose from Abdallah's this holiday season, you'll be giving the favorite gift.
This year, your gift to the Army will help light up a special Christmas tree. The Salvation Army Tree of Lights. It's in the heart of Chicago.
Holy mistletoe! We've been so busy fighting crime, I almost forgot.
Fortunately, old friend, Zare is open 24 hours until Christmas for the convenience of all good citizens.
24 hours? Holy rock around the clock.
Well put, boy wonder.
For that pesky prankster, the Penguin?
Remember the Christmas spirit, Robert.
Right, Batman.
With Pillsbury Sugar Cookies, you can help kids create their own Christmas treats.
I made a little angel. Actually, my mommy helped. It was easy. This Santa has a problem. My Santa's cheeks got chubby in the oven. You know how I made it? Frosting and gumdrops. The wing broke off and I ate it.
Everyone loves Pillsbury cookies, fresh and hot. Ooh, ho, ho.
Eating's the best, no problem.
Two things happen this time of year, every year. Kids return home from wherever they are, and moms prepare their favorite dishes and homemade desserts. Well, maybe there's some connection. Baking with C&H sugar.
Hey, Mom, you got anything to eat?
For those with a talent for brightening up the holidays, McDonald's has something special just for you. For a short time, we're serving holiday chicken McNuggets with a festive orange sauce. There are also thick, rich eggnog milkshakes and cool peppermint sundaes. They're just our way of lighting up the season.
Your holiday place, McDonald's.
Celebrate the season with Safeway specials like Farmer's Brand Hickory Smoked Whole Bone-End Ham, just $1.29 a pound. It's the season for refreshment. 64-ounce Ocean Spray juice drinks are 2 for only $5. And your favorite Pepsi drinks are just $1.59 a six-pack. While at Safeway, pick up a $3 discount admission coupon to Marine World Africa USA and Safeway Snow World. Play in the snow and have a ball with a little help from Safeway, where you get an honest deal every day.
Join the President and First Lady in a special celebration of the holiday season with host Barbara Mandrell, Marilyn McCoo, Jack Jones, and more in Christmas in Washington, Monday.
At Christmas time, you'd expect to find angels on top of the tree.
But we're staying at Angels Home Centers to make sure there are great gifts at low prices.
Under the tree.
Like the Sentry Safe for guarding records from fire and theft for just $29.99. And this easy-to-use ITT electronic phone with a memory redial button for only $44.99.
With all the gifts Angels has for Christmas,
Other stores don't have a prayer. If we didn't give you so much and low prices, too,
we wouldn't be Angels.
I want everyone on my gift list to get something special, and I'm sure you feel the same about your list. At Rogers & Howland's Yuletide celebration, things are special. Special because you'll find hundreds of gifts you can't find anywhere else. Special because they're handcrafted by our own craftsmen. Special because of the remarkable reductions during the Yuletide celebration on now at Rogers & Howland's. This Christmas, give jewelry created for now and forever.
Monday, it's 2 all-time Christmas classics.
Good grief.
Good cheer. Charlie Brown is unhappy until he discovers the secret of the holiday spirit.
Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown!
Then,
I must stop Christmas from coming.
the Grinch plots to pinch Santa's big day and how the Grinch stole Christmas. Monday.
Tonight, following Rudolph on CBS.
Has he gone? Oh, let's put up the Stanley garage door opener.
But it's our only night off.
I can do it myself. It's a Stanley.
Okay, we'll help.
Santa won't have to wrestle with that door. Oh, he's so hard to shop for, so I got him the best, Stanley.
Boy, that was easy. Wasn't over our heads.
taste first?
For me? Oh, it's a Stanley.
We want to help you do things right.
Look! What to your wondering eyes now appear? Only at Burger King, it's cuddly reindeer. There's Rodney, Ramona, Rhonda, and Randy. At $1.99 each, the price is just dandy. Get one with chicken tenders or Burger King fries. Stuff a deer in a stocking for a Christmas surprise. Collect all four at a Burger King sign. Get your reindeer right now, and the best food for fast time.
She rocks in the treetops all night long, shopping and a bopping and a singing her song. All the little birdies on Jaybird Street love to shop birds, cause it's cheap, cheap, cheap shop.
Season's eatings from Birds. Whole smoked hams, 98 cents a pound. Donald Duck orange juice, 99 cents. And flavor-rich eggnog, $1.39 at Bird's Christmas sale. For super variety, friendly folks, and low, low prices, Birds is the word.
Christmas is a special time across the country and at Kmart because you can save on gifts like this West Bend high-performance food processor, sale priced at just $36.88. Or make someone's Christmas special with a Kmart gift like First Alert's rechargeable Ready Light for $19.88 or compact rechargeable flashlight just $9.88 after manufacturer's rebate. It's America's favorite time of year at America's favorite store, Kmart, the saving place.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Santa, can you bring me a zebra? I wish I could have a pony. I would like to fly. I wish that I could be a star in the sky for everybody to be nice and be friends and never fight each other.
Season's greetings from your local bottler of Coca-Cola.
Uncle Scrunchkey, who always goes, now for great developing. Look for the Kodak Color Watch seal. Kodak Color Watch for great developing. You're going to thank me for it.
Where you gonna find that special toy at a price that's really low? Not if you do, but here's a thought for you. There's a really great place to go. KB Toy Store. We got the toys and the price you're looking for.
Get great savings now on the latest video game cartridges, train, road race, and doll accessories and other toys at our What Santa Forgot sale.
KB Toy Store. We got the toys and the price you're looking for.
I may live through 2023. I'm not ready to go yet, okay? I'm not ready. You gotta wait. I got shit to do. I'm in the middle of something, all right? Just hold on. You are a cunt. Man or woman, you are a cunt. A C-U-N-T what? Cunts. I happen to love the word.
Watch your mouth or don't come in here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, people, come on, we're adults here. You know what? What is the point?
Yeah, we're adults here. I got a fucking Burger King fucking thing on my head. We're all fucking adults here, guys. People in my chat, 2 words. What are they? 2 words. Let me see the chat flood. Let me see the chat flood. 2 words. Okay, next caller. Please. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, which translate in American to dick and balls.
I got flip-flops. These are my flip-flops. Yeah, I really like my flip-flops because I can put them on. Because look, watch me put them on. I can put them on all by myself. Watch me put them on. Look, are you watching? Look, these are my flip-flops.
Thanksgiving Day. I remember it clearly. It was Thanksgiving Day. I was inserting myself in somebody else's fucking business as a as a cash grab, and this channel is harsh reality. Karen Yak se jodió la sucia vida. Amen.
This is Jonathan Lee Riches. I have cheeseburgers. I'm gonna put cheese on them. I'm gonna make sure that I have my hamburgers because I'm a big boy now and I can make the hamburgers. My mom lets me use the stove now.
And I'm just like, wow, I like receipts, and they brought receipts. Like they had evidence to back up everything they said. And I'm like, okay, well, there's got to be another side to this, right? Like this can't. No, this is too fantastic.
Yeah, because you're not going to just jump to the conclusion that there's a conspiracy amongst cops to cover up a murder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean cops and just like soccer moms and shit. Like that's what made it even crazier. Like,
yeah, get it, Betty. Yeah,
did you have a close relationship with your mom?
Get it, Betty.
Oh, of course, I still do.
Yeah.
My older sister was kind of she was more of the prissy girl that like going
That is
and
the
getting their
best
hair done
shit fucking
and, shopping for the
ever.
dresses with mommy. I was the tomboy that like playing with people.
Shout out to Cherry for just being easily the most faithful and loyal supporter that I've ever had. That someone could have that tenacity with loyalty. And I'm really blessed to have someone like Cherry be part of this channel and in my life. So it means a lot. And yes, I named him after Mr. T and Rocky. Say, woman. Say, woman. Say, woman. Said your old man ain't got no heart. Why don't you come down to my apartment tonight and I'll show you a real man. Oh my God, I'm so in love with this little dude. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. I love you guys very, 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 very much. And we will do this again very soon, my friends. Oh, say bye. Say bye. Oh, I love you too. Give me a kiss. Oh, I love you. Bye, guys. Woo! Merry Christmas, everybody. There's only a few minutes left here on the eastern part of the United States. What's up, dude? Are you going to be good? You can hang out in here with me as long as you're going to be good. It's late, so I'm hoping he just goes to sleep. But say hi to everybody. Say hi. I know I love you too. Can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss here? Can I have a kiss here? Come on. Oh, I love it. I love you, dude. Don't spill my coffee, though, bro. I got hot coffee here. Don't spill it. It's been a hell of a day. All right, off. Go. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. Beautiful boy. All right. Welcome, guys. And everybody says Merry Christmas, Clever. Off. Okay, I guess he wants to say Merry Christmas back. All right, dude. Hey, okay, off. Sit. 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 I'm gonna put you in the other room, dude. I'm gonna put you in the other room. You're usually asleep by now anyway. I love you, but you gotta sit. I can't do my show with you doing this. Sit. Thank you. Good boy. Okay. Now I'm going to try to keep this light as light as I can, folks, because we've got some interesting stuff. Oh man, how interesting. How interesting that this would come from somebody who's anonymous. That's just fucking fantastic. Yeah, I got some words. Because ever since last night, or this morning anyway, this morning, people have been blasting me on Twitter talking about a BOLO on TurtleBoy for some sort of domestic assault or something to that effect. I just chose to ignore because it was Christmas. I was already dealing with my own drama that I didn't want to deal with on Christmas. I have a stalker who's obsessed with my penis. And yeah, it's a man, for lack of a better term, so why I can't tell you, and why the first thing on Christmas morning, this guy decided to start texting me, telling me he knows where I live and he's coming to see me, and yeah, it was really weird. So dealing with that, and then this happens, and yeah, Meredith Fagan, yeah, it's a creator named Morbid, and he's an absolute douche, and he's completely insane, unhinged, and obsessed, and whatever issues he has with his own sexuality, I don't see why he has to make them my problem. But anyway, moving on, we are going to talk a little bit about what's going on here with TurtleBoy. And I wasn't going to do this. Somebody in the chat said, I thought this wasn't until noon tomorrow. I did have this set for noon tomorrow because I didn't want to spend the last few minutes of Christmas talking about this. But now, since TurtleBoy posted this video, because honestly, I was going to do it out of respect. I was like, it's Christmas, let's wait out till Christmas is over. My Christmas went as well as it could go, I guess. And yes, I have heard the recording. We're going to go over it. We're going to talk about it. Now, I find the timing of all this very interesting. For people who are trying to make us seem crazy for spouting out quote unquote conspiracy theories, the timing is a little crazy. You know what I mean? Like, let's recap real quick. So TurtleBoy's charges get upgraded to 3 more charges, right? TurtleBoy's charges go up, and gets kicked up to Superior Court, where he no longer has to face a jury of 6. He has to face a jury of 12. Then he goes to court a couple of days ago, and or a few days ago, and we watched the hearing. I went over it. I went over it twice. I went over it, and Off the Muff went over it. But twice on this channel, it has been gone over. And hold on a second. So, the result of this, sit, Clubber, sit. Thank you. Good boy. So the result of this is that the judge tells the prosecutor to give him some sort of, to present some sort of case, give him a case to reference, give him a statute to cite on, to make a ruling on, anything, right? What do you want from me? Basically is what the judge says. What do you want me to do? At one point, Mello, the prosecutor, says something to the effect of a bail for $1, Your Honor. He had no idea what he was doing in there. And I mean, it was clear. He had no plan. He had no preparation, even though they put all this work into kicking it up into Superior Court, moving up this court date. And it was them who moved up the court date, seeing as apparently the reason was that Bradle, TurtleBoy's attorney, said or had plans and had personal plans during the time where it was originally set, and they wanted to move it up to make it convenient for everybody. Awesome. But then the result of this is he's released on his own recognizance, and the restrictions of being within 100 feet of any of these witnesses was lifted. The restrictions to be able to do his job, to keep him from being able to do his job, were lifted. So basically, he's all set, and all the judge says is, well, I don't have to tell him to not to break the law. He knows not to break the law. Everybody is subject to the law. So what you're telling me, the prosecutor, you're telling me, the judge, to order him not to break the law. Why should I have to do that? That's common sense. He knows not to break the law. He's a grown man. He's sitting in court right now. So then on Christmas Eve, TurtleBoy decides, after this huge win, that he's going to go beat up a woman. I buy that. Yeah. He's just going to go and beat up a woman on Christmas Eve. Yeah. Anybody who believes this, especially after listening to that video, I don't know what to tell you. If you follow true crime and you believe that, like, you shouldn't be following true crime. You're doing the community no good. Honestly, you're not contributing anything. If you even think that anybody would be this stupid, especially somebody who you think is so genius that he can brainwash an entire town into being his minions, that he's going to do something as stupid as go and beat up a woman on Christmas Eve, right after he just had this huge win in court. Yeah. I can't help you. Okay, so yeah, see, I love comments like this. The problem is him putting himself in this situation. That makes him extremely stupid. So are we calling anybody who's a victim of domestic violence or any crime, who's subject to the behavior of a psychopath, of a completely unhinged person, we're going to blame them now? That's what we're doing. We're blaming people for putting themselves in a position to be around to, I mean, a woman that he's seeing who has 4 children, and he spends Christmas Eve with her for whatever reason. I mean, but this is his fault. This is his fault. Okay. See, that this is an example of somebody who is just looking for any reason to throw to throw any shade at this man's character. Now, I'm not saying the guy's perfect. I'm not saying he's not flawed. I'm not saying that we don't even know what happened before or after this recording. We have no idea what got him to feel inclined to pull out his phone, press record, right? We have no idea. I'm going to be fair about this. We have no clue. We have no clue what happened behind those doors in her house, except for what's said on that recording. But it's important to pay attention to this recording, because this recording is very telling to me. And we're going to go over it. Now, yeah, I'm just simply not buying it. Before I do that, let me pull this up here real quick. So, Medfield, Massachusetts, a law enforcement be on the lookout has been issued for Aidan Carney, the Holden blogger who calls himself TurtleBoy. Two sources, including a member of law enforcement, of course, told 25 Investigates that police are seeking to immediately be on the lookout for Carney on probable cause for felony charges of domestic assault and battery and witness intimidation. This new development stems from an incident Carney was allegedly involved in Friday evening at the Medfield home of a woman he's been in a relationship with, according to sources. 25 Investigates is still working to determine what the woman alleges Carney did to her. The sources say the woman had previously shared information about Carney with state police investigators and is considered a witness in his ongoing prosecution that began with his arrest and district court appearance in October. The case was elevated to Norfolk Superior Court, where Carney was arraigned Friday on 8 charges of intimidation of a witness. So it's 8 charges of intimidation of a witness, 3 counts of conspiracy and to intimidate a witness, and 5 counts of picketing a witness for his controversial activism in the Free Karen Reed movement. Carney has aggressively accused members of law enforcement and prosecution witnesses of framing Reed for the death of her Boston police officer boyfriend, John O'Keefe. She's charged with second-degree murder and has pleaded not guilty. 25 Investigates reported earlier this month that the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Massachusetts is looking into the arrest and prosecution of Reed by local and state police. A judge removed numerous restrictions that prevented Carney from contacting people he's charged with intimidating and harassing. However, Ken Mello, a special prosecutor, a very special prosecutor, hired by the Norfolk District Attorney, warned, "We will be back before the court seeking a bail revocation as well as a dangerousness hearing." Okay, so he says, we'll be back before the court seeking a bail revocation as well as a dangerousness hearing. Should Carney be accused of any new crimes? How convenient. Should Carney be accused of any new crimes? Pay attention to that. How convenient all of a sudden that right on Christmas Eve, he happens to be accused of new crimes. A guy with no record. A guy with no criminal record. And now all of a sudden, he's in all this hot water. All of a sudden, this guy is a hardened criminal. Okay. A dangerousness hearing is when the prosecution requests a defendant be held up for 120 days in jail. Carney's lawyer, Tim Bradel, was not immediately available for comment. At Friday's arraignment, Bradel told reporters that all of Carney's conduct is First Amendment protected activity. This is a developing story. Check back for updates as more information comes available, says 25 News in Boston. So, I find that to be very telling. So, yeah, Tommy Connolly, he absolutely has a record now. He absolutely has a record now. But the timing isn't a little strange when the guy right now is fighting so hard to, why would somebody as intelligent as he is, why would somebody with that level of intelligence, why would he go and commit crimes to tarnish his name, his credibility, his reputation, when it matters so much to what he's trying, to the narrative that he's putting out there, that Karen Reed is innocent? With all of the evidence that he's presenting and all the credibility that he's trying to put behind that evidence that he's presenting to the public, why would he deliberately go out and just screw the law and screw the world? I don't understand, because it makes no fucking sense at all.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. think we got a super chat. I think we got a super.
LTL True Crime Podcast. Brian, thank you, buddy. Considering what he's going through, why would he go out and get himself in trouble? Makes zero sense. Agreed. Yeah, the guy's never been in trouble his whole life. Now, when his credibility matters more than any other time in his entire independent journalistic career, he's going to put his credibility and shit all over it. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. He's going to sabotage himself like this. Makes no sense. And it's also, like I said, very coincidental that a little bit more than coincidental, in my opinion, that Ken Mello is quoted in saying, should they're going to seek dangerousness. They're already planning. He just said it publicly. He made a statement publicly saying, we're going to be seeking dangerousness. We're gonna put this dangerousness stipulation on there should he commit any more crimes. And then all of a sudden, he commits a crime. How convenient. How convenient. So, let's take a listen. So, I'm not in the slightest bit surprised that TurtleBoy thought ahead and actually recorded the altercation with this woman. And I'm going to go ahead and play that. And the only reason I'm going to play that is because he put it out there himself. Like I said, I was going to wait till tomorrow out of respect for everyone, including him. Figured he was with his kids for Christmas. And then I saw that he released this, and then I saw that there were already the buzzards flying around and spinning their own narrative on this. So I'm not just going to sit back and let that happen. Couldn't wait till tomorrow. Here we are. Now, this is all audio, so if you've got earbuds or if you're easily triggered at domestic situations, trigger warning, okay? But if you got earbuds or headphones, make sure to put them on. This way you can hear it clearly, because you're going to hear a lot of, you can tell that TurtleBoy has his phone in his pocket. But the very first thing that you hear in this recording is very, very important, and I want you guys to pay close attention to it.
What the fuck is somebody?
I'm still recording this, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Right there. He just said, I'm still recording this, you know. And she said, yeah, I know. I'm going to play that one more time. So she had consent. She gave consent and knew she was being recorded. Right here. Pay attention.
I'm still recording this, you know.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, I know. I know. Very important to keep in mind.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do that.
Do what?
I knew it.
Go be with my
See, I called it.
Right there. He said, I have to get going. It's Christmas Eve. I have to get going. He's trying to leave. Okay. Right there. Not a good sign if you're trying to convince people that you are an abuse victim, an assault victim, a victim of domestic violence. This is not a good sign. Okay. If you're trying to convince the world this. Okay. If you're trying to press charges on someone for this.
I called it. You stood there and you lied to my face. Lied to my face.
I'm sorry about that sound. What that is I'm assuming the phone's in his pocket and he's walking. So the microphone's rubbing up against the fabric on his pants or his jacket or whatever, wherever he's got his phone.
Remember that. Remember that. It's on. It's fucking on. Remember that. Remember that.
So she's saying, remember that. And he's saying, remember what? Let's see if there's captions to this. Oh, let's see how good they are. Yeah, the captions aren't picking anything up.
Oh God, I don't need forgiveness. I didn't even fucking say a word after what you fucking did to me for weeks. Are you kidding me? Oh really? Let's play the videos. Of what you did and do to me. Let's play them, shall we?
So that right there had my attention. So I was like, okay, is there video of him hitting her or assaulting her in some physical way? So, and I'm showing the screen only because of the subtitles, so it's easier to see. They're actually pretty accurate so far.
Fucking shall we? Let's play them. I'm gonna play them for you right now. Hold on, let me just get to them.
What videos? What are you talking
You
about?
know, leaving me after I took these pills after you lied to my face just now.
Okay.
To try to walk out.
Okay. Leaving me after I took these pills. Leaving me after I took these pills. So she has video of what he did to her. According to her, what she's saying is, you left me. I have video. He's like, video of what? What are you talking about? She says, video of you leaving me after I took these pills. Right. Yeah, no, I know. I'm going to keep playing. Everybody in the chat, calm down. I'm giving commentary over this, and this is how I run my show. If you don't like it, it's available on his channel. If you haven't heard the video yet, go listen to it on his channel. But if you're going to listen to it here, you're going to deal with my commentary.
Oh, now you realize I'm a mandated reporter, right? You want to fuck with me with my health and make me sit here and do this alone? When all you have to do for 3 hours is just sit here? Fuck you! I'll fucking play your game, Aiden.
Mandated reporter what?
I'm not lying. I'm not gonna lie for you.
I don't want you to lie.
Oh yeah, that's why you're telling me that. I need to fucking side with you, and you'll protect me, and you won't put my shit out there. That's why you're blackmailing me.
I'm not blackmailing.
Nice try.
Nice
try.
I specifically...
Nice try. You blackmail me, and it doesn't have to be a direct blackmail.
Now, if you're an idiot, you're looking at that as proof, right? You're looking at that at her saying, oh, you blackmailed me as proof. He's denying this. He's saying, no, that's not proof. She knows he's recording. She gave her consent to be recorded at the beginning of this video. You heard it. So now we know that she's being recorded. So when she is spouting off, totally unhinged, yelling and screaming, 4 kids in the house, and she is completely and totally irrational at the moment, and TurtleBoy is perfectly calm. What she's saying now, she could just be making shit up. But it turns out that what she says she recorded was him leaving her after she supposedly took some pills that she was not supposed to be left alone with. Okay? Leslie Kohler gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much. Let's see. Hillbilly Nitro was gifted a membership. So was Sushi, Stoop Kid, Freeloader Woodchuck, and Tsunami. Welcome, guys. Congrats. Of course, stuff happened before the video started. What happened, though? Can you elaborate what happened? Do you have a recording of what happened before this recording started? I'd really like to hear it. Because you saying, because if I'm, again, a juror, right? Because this is a crime, supposedly. There's a be on the lookout. He's being accused of domestic violence. So far, I'm hearing absolutely no proof of domestic violence. Secondly, I'm hearing the accuser sounding completely and totally irrational and sounding like she has serious psychotic abandonment issues. Now, I'm not a mental health professional, but that's what it sounds like to me in my layman opinion. So now I want to be very clear. A lot of you are really interested in the drama that's going on here. Okay. I want to be abundantly clear about something. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Are you watching closely right here? I don't give a fuck about TurtleBoy's personal life. I don't give a fuck about his dynamic with women. I don't give a fuck about his dynamic with his loved ones, with his relationships with the people in his life. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I couldn't give less of a fuck about that stuff. TurtleBoy is not my friend. We're cool. I like him. He seems to like me, but just based on what I put out on YouTube and what he puts out on his blog and what he puts out on his channel, that's all I give a shit about. I give a shit about what happens with his work in regards to the John O'Keefe, Karen Reed case. That is all I care about. I don't give a fuck about anything else outside of that. It is none of my business, and it's none of your fucking business either. And I can't be any more clear about that. And I will say that over and over and over again, because this is going to go on and on and on. So before, make this the first time you hear this, the first of many times you hear me say, I don't give a fuck about TurtleBoy's personal life or his dynamic with the people in his personal life. Means dick to me. Nothing. Plain and simple. So, but what I'm looking at here, okay, what I'm looking at here is I'm not seeing a goddamn thing that proves domestic violence. I'm not even seeing anything that indicates domestic violence. I'm hearing a man trying to leave a bad situation and do it calmly and humoring someone who is begging him not to leave, not begging him not to leave, threatening him not to leave. We'll get to that. Threatening him not to leave. So who is the aggressor here? Who is the antagonist and who is the protagonist in this situation? Let's go on. We're not even halfway done with the video. We're maybe a quarter of a way through.
Blackmail either a direct threat. Do you not realize that by now? You fucking blackmail me. You send me that shit about my kids. You blackmail me and you threaten me. And guess what? Guess fucking what? All you have to fucking do was you lied to me. All you have to do is sit there. But for some reason, you have to fucking get going at 3 a.m. I wonder why. Because you're a fucking liar and a user.
So far, her gripe seems to simply be that it's 3 a.m. and he's trying to leave. It's 3 a.m. and the man's trying to leave. This seems to be her problem with him.
No, you're a liar and a user. You just stood there and said, okay, I'll stay. And then as soon as I put them in my mouth, you fucking do this shit. You're a fucking psychopath. Or you're deranged. There's something wrong with you. You weren't built right. You were born with something with your wiring fucking off that makes you a fucking psycho. You're psychotic. No fucking man acts this way. No man thinks his whole life is an online world with fucking online fucking people that talk shit. Like you literally think like that's the whole world.
It's his job. It's his job. It's how he makes his money. It's his job. But that's neither here nor there. But I find it interesting when people project projection. I love that shit. When people who are projecting are accusing someone of projecting. It's very, very funny to me. It's a classic manipulation tactic.
Girls, like, because you're a dweeb. Because no girl ever fucking wanted you. No girl. And just psycho. You're psychotic. I'm psychotic. No. And then as soon as I.
Okay, so far, let's hear this one more time. So far, TurtleBoy has not insulted this woman or said anything disrespectful to her at all whatsoever. Now, it could just be because he knows he's recording, but she also knows that she's being recorded. It's not like he's secretly recording her. She knows that she's being recorded, yet she still feels the need. She cannot control herself from insulting him. One has to assume that her knowing that she's being recorded, she's holding back. Because we can all assume that TurtleBoy's holding back because he knows he's the one recording. Usually the person recording is going to make themselves out to be the more innocent one, sure. But how you tell the difference, this is where people, I say this all the time, you gotta use your eyes. And in this case, use your eyes and look deep into what you're listening to. Use your eyes to what you're hearing. That means take a deep dive. Look deep into what you're listening to. Because what I see right here, what I see is someone who is so unhinged that she still cannot hold back from being insulting and being abusive. And this is something that I know a little bit about because I've felt victim to this too. Many times. It's crazy how these people are like so wild and not self-aware in what they're doing. They don't realize they cannot hide their actions, because if you look close enough, you can always catch something. So you can absolutely read behind the curtain here. You can read between the lines and look behind the curtain here as to what's going on with her in her mind. Something is absolutely wrong with this woman. She's completely unhinged, and she feels justified in her actions to the point to where she knows she's being recorded, and she is being verbally abusive, doing everything that she can to insult him, to trigger his anger, and get him to react. This is a classic move by abusive women. Men have their abusive tactics too. Abusive men have their tactics, but this is a classic move by abusive women. Make no mistake about that.
As soon as I put them in my mouth, you fucking do this shit. You're a fucking psychopath, or you're deranged. There's something wrong with you. You weren't built right. You were born with something with your wiring fucking off that makes you a fucking psycho. You're psychotic. No fucking man acts this way. No man thinks his whole life is an online world with fucking online fucking people that talk shit. Like, you literally think like that's the whole world. Like, because you're a dweeb. Because no girl ever fucking wanted you. No girl. And guess what? The only fucking reason anyone pays any attention to you is because you're fucking stupid ass show. Otherwise, nobody will look twice. You were a fan of. No, I fucking wasn't. And guess what? I have messages from 2 months ago. I believe Karen is 100% guilty. Yeah, because you're guilty.
Yeah.
No, because
you're retired. Because you're.
Oh, I'm retired. That's why I have 2 degrees. That's why I have 3 licenses.
All right, fair enough. I mean, now he insulted her, but if you think I'll go this far. I won't say that if you think Karen Reed is guilty, you're retarded. I won't go that far. But I will say, if you don't think that there's it's necessary for there to be an audit in the Massachusetts State Troopers, if you don't think that there is clear evidence that Karen Reed is being railroaded and this investigation is being conducted in all the wrong ways, then yes, you're fucking retarded. Yeah, I will absolutely fucking say that. I'm going to say it again. If you don't think that Karen Reed is being railroaded with this investigation, you're fucking retarded. Yeah.
Community college. No, actually from real college. I have a bachelor's degree. Yeah. Oh, UMass Amherst. Zoomass. You went to Zoomass, dude? Yes. All your siblings went to a prestigious school. You go to Zoomass. What was wrong with you? What went wrong with you? You're the problem. mentally ill as your fucking mother. Just like
My
her.
mother?
Your mother.
You
A
think my
fucking
mom's
crazy
mentally-
nut job that belongs in a fucking institution.
My mom?
Yeah.
I didn't know my.
Yeah. Oh, I did my research too. Mommy likes to do her research too.
My mom's a
Yeah.
nut job?
Yeah.
How do you know my mom? He says. What? I looked into you. I did my research too. Mommy does her research too. So this is somebody who's sitting there Googling the man that she is obsessed with. Because she sounds obsessed. I don't think it's unfair to call this woman obsessed if he's trying to leave and she is calling him a psycho and calling him a psychopath, that he's somehow attacking her by trying to leave. To me, that's insane. Sorry, that's insane. I'm not saying she's insane. I'm saying that's the behavior of an insane person. Oh my God, Sinner, you're fucking up the vibe, bro.
I think we got a super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat. Super cat. Super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat.
Sinner, thanks, buddy. When tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. 100%. I absolutely, wholeheartedly agree with that statement. Thank you, Thomas Jefferson. See, this is what I mean. Now, remember, when I use the word retarded, I use the word retarded as slang to describe the willfully ignorant. This dickhead right here, Tommy Connolly in my chat, is clearly willfully ignorant. Therefore, I'm going to call him retarded. So here he is asking, do you have a degree? He willfully ignored when I said I am not a mental health professional, but she is showing signs of someone who has abandonment issues. Is that not true? I mean, it's clear and obvious. She is clearly showing signs of someone who people like, similar to people that I have seen with abandonment issues. I mean, I don't need a degree to make that observation. Google. That's it. And life experience. Google and life experience. That's all I need. So, Tommy Connolly, you're retarded.
I know all about it.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah, wow. And threatening me when you want to fucking get your way, telling me to do whatever you fucking say, or else you'll release information about my children.
Definitely.
You made the big mistake threatening my children, bringing my children into it. You made a huge fucking mistake. Huge.
I definitely didn't.
Huge. Oh, you definitely did.
Again, she knows she's being recorded, and now she's throwing accusations out that he is emphatically denying. Okay? So, again, no proof of this. No proof of anything that she's saying. Maybe it comes out later. Who knows? But he's emphatically denying this.
You definitely did. Indirect or direct threat. You definitely fucking did. You knew exactly what you were doing.
Indirect.
And guess what? It doesn't mean just because you put it in words, by the way, this is not a threat, doesn't make it not a threat.
Oh.
Like, you think you're so fucking slick, dude. You're not slick at all.
You belong with Kate.
You're not
You
slick.
guys are
You're not slick.
basically
Oh,
the same
I'm going to be 20 times worse than Kate. Because I'm going to tell the truth about everything. Because you just fucking did that stuff.
Fine, I can tell the truth.
You want to go there and it's going to be so much worse too.
Go there. Oh, please. Okay. Who are you calling now? Who are you calling? This is what I want to stay out of the apartment. I don't know. Who are you calling? What are you doing? What are you going to try? try to do? Are you gonna try to frame me for something?
Frame me? Are you serious?
Are you gonna try to pull some bullshit like I hit you or something? Is that what you're trying to do right now? Who are you calling? No, who are you calling?
Funny how he guessed it. He probably inadvertently put the idea in her head. But he's like, "Who are you calling? Are you calling to frame me and have me arrested and try to say that I hit you?" But remember, like, if that were the case, this is what I got out of that, because I listened to this very closely. And what I got out of this is, at no point does she ever go, "You did hit me." At no point here does she go, "Yeah, you hit me. You're going to sit here and try to act like you didn't fucking hit me." Any woman who just got hit, who's calling somebody and is that brazen with the things that she's saying to the person who she is supposedly a victim of, then she would be at straight up. Why would she deny that? She'd say, "Yes, fuck you. You did hit me." She's already accused him of threatening her kids. She's already accused him of blackmailing her. But why not say, "Yeah, you did hit me"? Yet now there's these accusations of hitting her. I find that interesting. Again, if I'm a juror, sorry, that's not proof. I've got doubt. I have got doubt. I am already doubting this woman's credibility, like up and down.
Leave me alone with court because I fucking know something happens to me because I'm living out. Yeah, I have a break. I have. No, you have. You have. I haven't. No, I haven't. I haven't left any notes for you. Fucking do it. Do it, Ethan. Do it. Go ahead. Go ahead. I knew you were gonna fucking do that to me. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. You just promised me if I took those. You just promised me. No, there's fucking one fucking tiny piece came out. I fucking took the majority of them. They're all gone. And you're gonna fucking do this to me. You're gonna fucking leave me in case something happens. You're gonna fucking walk out. Are you serious?
Now, I don't know what kind of pills she took. I don't want to know what kind of pills she took. I don't give a fuck what kind of pills she took. None of my business. I don't give a fuck what pills they're talking about, what time she was supposed to take them, how many she was supposed to take. None of my fucking business. None of your fucking business.
Serious.
What the fuck? What's gonna happen?
You understand? You understand what it does? You even fucking understand.
All right. Well, I gotta get going.
You can't fucking leave me. I'm gonna fucking, like, you don't understand. It's literally like giving.
There it is. Dude's like, "Bro, yeah, I gotta get going." He's like, "Listen, it's getting late. I'm gonna head out." Like SpongeBob in that meme. "All right, I'm gonna head out." And she, how does she respond? "You can't fucking leave me." She's so disgusted with him. She's so disgusted with, I mean, it's 3 a.m. There's nobody that she could call, because I find that very telling too. There's nobody that she could call. You know what? Any woman, any self-respecting woman is going to be like, "You know what? Then get the fuck out of here, asshole. I'm going to take these pills by myself. And you know what? I'm going to call my girlfriend so-and-so, or I'm going to call my gay friend fulano de tal, and he's going to come over, and I don't need you. Fuck off." Why doesn't she have anybody else that she could call? to be over there to supervise her. There's no friend. I mean, I spend most of my time alone. I like my own company. But I still have people that I can call at 3 a.m. if I need them to come right over if I need them under some sort of medical emergency. And this is probably a medical emergency. At least she's making it sound like that is what I'm saying. But why does he have to be the one to stay there? If the dynamic between them is so bad, because this is obviously a very toxic exchange that's going on here. So why, if he's realizing how toxic it is and he's trying to get the fuck out of that situation, why is she using every bit of effort that she can muster to keep him there? And using the fact that it's dangerous to leave her alone after taking these pills as a way to manipulate him into staying. Because make no mistake, that's what I'm hearing here. That's manipulation. Because again, why is there nobody at 3 a.m. that she could call and say, hey, I'm having this hard time, to come on over? And then it gets better. Because again, I find it telling, just like I found it telling this morning, that the first thing that somebody thought to do on Christmas morning was to text me and threaten me. That tells me everything I need to know about their personality. Tells me nobody wants to be around them, even on Christmas. Well, why you give a fuck? I have no idea. Because again, that's none of your fucking business. The fuck do you care if she took fetus be gone pills, if she took abortion pills? Who cares? Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck if she took a bunch of ecstasy pills. It's none of my business. And if she took pills that are dangerous in the sense that she could die, then she needs to call 911. Bottom line is, why couldn't she do that? If these were fetus pills, if these were abortion pills that she was taking to get rid of a baby, and it's dangerous, she can't be left alone, why is she trying to keep him there? Why not just call 911 if it's so dangerous? Listen, the guy who knocked me up is a fucking prick. Can you send an ambulance over? I need to be in the hospital. What's the problem? Why does it have to be him? And thank you, Kelly. Appreciate it. But yeah, I'm telling you now that's my explanation to you why not only do I not give a fuck, but why you shouldn't give a fuck either. It's none of your business. Like, it sucks that we have to hear this personal shit going on with TurtleBoy, but unfortunately, since the whole fucking Twitter world decided to fucking start jumping to conclusions about it and trashing this guy without knowing any of the facts, since this morning, those of us with common sense and those of us with critical thinking skills have to fucking listen to this shit and make sense of it, instead of jumping to blind conclusions without anything to back it up.
Big Bird, like, he had me alone.
I did not sign up for this.
You told me to fucking take it.
I certainly did.
You told me you did.
Okay. He's like, I did not sign up for this. And she's saying, you told me to take it. He's saying, no, I didn't. So he's also denying that he had anything to do with her taking these pills. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on, according to him.
Don't say you did it. I said I'm taking them. You said I'll say you take them. Don't say that you did it. Don't say that you did it. Don't say that you did it. You said you would. Don't say that.
He also seems to be the only one to have any concern for her own children. Not his children, her children.
You did it. Don't say that you did it. I'll give it to you after. Don't say that you did it, because you're doing improvement to me right now. You're just trying to walk out. I can't be alone. I will give it to you after.
I will stay for a little while longer. If you give me the
No, I don't trust you now. You're just trying to leave and walk out the door.
Well, I will leave.
I'll give it to you after. If you leave, no, I'm not doing a game. You're not playing a game with me because you just lied to my face.
What are you going to do
You just lied to my You just fucking lied to my face. This is fucking part of you too.
What?
I shouldn't have to fucking go through this alone. You just don't want to fucking take responsibility for your part. I have to fucking go through this now, and fucking I'm gonna be alone with 4 kids. I have no one at all to fucking be here with me.
You're
Also,
I'm not convinced you're right.
Also, none of our business, Penelope Crucify. I don't know, and I don't care what paper he's asking for. That's none of our business. I'm not going to ask. Again, I hate the fact that we're even going through this. Now, I don't think she's fake crying. I don't think that. But I definitely think that her credibility is shot as far as trying to say that she's a victim of domestic violence, unless something happened before or after this recording took place and she could prove it somehow. But this is a bad look on her.
Right. You're right.
Now, pay attention to this right here.
I'm not convinced you're pregnant.
Now, you had to think about that shit for a second, because that's happened to me. Okay, I've had women try to trap me by saying that they're pregnant when they're not pregnant. It's also a very common tactic for obsessive women to use as manipulation to keep men around. Women with abandonment issues will do this in order to keep their man around. This happens all the time. It is not uncommon. So some people are sitting there in the chat probably thinking, wow, that's a shitty thing to tell a woman. But you're not there. You don't have a dynamic with this woman. So I'm going to assume that he had good reason to say that. I mean, and some of you say, well, what's your good reason to say that? I'll explain. Again, her credibility in this video is shot as far as I'm concerned. Based on this video, her credibility is fucking shot. Second is, why would a guy not take responsibility? Because the reason to lie about this, the reason to say, I don't think you're pregnant, you're lying, is because he doesn't want the responsibility. But he has custody of his 2 kids, right? I think they're 2 kids. I don't even know how many kids he has. I don't even know how old they are. All I know is that he lives with them. And he walks them to the bus stop every morning. So I assume that they live with him. Right? So how does a guy who has full responsibility of his own kids, how is he dodging the responsibility of another one? Now, one might argue, well, he doesn't want any more kids. Okay, but again, that's between them. But it's safe to assume that if he takes responsibility for his own kids, it doesn't mesh with the character of someone who would deny it. That's all I'm saying. So if I have to make a judgment call based on what I know, I'm not going to jump to the conclusion that he's just being a dick and saying, you're lying about being pregnant because fuck you, I'm out. That's not what he's doing. I mean, I just don't see it.
Well, I think you're a liar. You're a pathological liar.
I'm not a fucking liar. You're a pathological liar. You just lied in my face and then you just tried to say that you didn't. So you say you did. You're a pathological liar. You are. And you project everything onto everybody else. That's what you do on your show.
I mean, she's yelling and screaming, and her basis for this so far is broken promises. That's a reason to behave like this with 4 kids in your house, yelling and screaming, throwing a fit, causing this huge production, 4 kids in the house, and she's yelling and screaming, and she's the rational one here, right? I mean, it just doesn't add up.
Every day.
And like her justification for it all is broken promises that he said he was going to stay with her and now he's not. Now he's leaving. That's her justification for having this. I mean, that's the justification for having this meltdown, knowing that she's being recorded having it.
Every fucking day. Because what, you just have to keep going. Like, all you have to do is fucking sit up, put on your shirt, I'll go in the other room. You don't have to fucking talk to me or do anything. I'm not asking anything else from you other than just to be a body here, please.
Fine. Give me the fucking piece.
I'll give it to you after. I have no reason to fucking, that's the only fucking reason I fucking care is because I don't want to be alone for this, because I have 4 kids and I can't be alone for this. I couldn't even tell you how you would exist if you wouldn't have fucking come. That's how fucked up you are. I couldn't even tell you in advance because you wouldn't come, just like the other day, the 2 weeks ago when you fucking said you were gonna come. I couldn't even fucking tell you in advance. I didn't have to tell you jack shit. I didn't have to tell you anything. And why are you going on and on now? When I just fucking told you, all I need you here is for a body. That's all I need you here. You want the room? You want the room to yourself? I'll go here. You don't need to keep going and going. Like, that's a fucking antagonist. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm gonna take all my kids with me in the car and drive to your fucking house and sit in your driveway and let it happen in 3 hours in your driveway. You wanna fucking do your fucking house and sit in your... I'm gonna take all my kids with me in the car and drive to your fucking house and sit in your driveway and let it happen in 3 hours in your driveway. Be in the car and drive... I'm gonna take all my kids with me in the car and drive to your fucking house and sit in your driveway and let it happen in 3 hours in your driveway. You wanna fucking do this to me? I'll wake up all my kids right now.
Do I need to play that again? Do I need to play that again? I mean, I'm going to take all my kids. I mean, she's going to get her kids out of bed, all 4 of her kids out of bed. She's going to pack them in her car, and then she's going to drive to his house, sit in his driveway, and wait for this pill-induced abortion, I guess, to happen in his driveway with her kids in the car. This is a rational person. This is an abuse victim. You expect me to believe that. You expect me to believe that. Again, man, if I'm a juror and I'm listening to this, I'm like, no way. I mean, who says that shit? Right, Patty. Oh, I mean, who says shit like that? I'm going to take all my kids. I'm going to pack them in the car. I'm going to drive to your house. I'm going to sit in your driveway and wait for this abortion to happen. Why wouldn't you just, if you're so concerned about your health, this is not about her health. Again, I'm going to say this again. This is not about her health. This is not about her safety. Because if that's what she's planning on doing, she doesn't care about her safety or her health. She just cares about latching on to him. That is abuse. How is this any different than an abusive man who says, if you leave me, I'm going to do this and this and this to you. I'm going to show up at your job. I'm going to fucking share pictures of you. Remember that video we made? If you leave me, this and this and this. How is this any different? The only difference is it's a woman. I mean, I don't give a fuck what you think for me saying that. That's a fact. That's an indisputable fact. This is no different. She is manipulating him by saying, this is no different than her, it's not as extreme, but it's no different than her saying, if you leave, I'm going to fucking slash my wrists. And then you'll have my death on your hands. It's the same. That manipulation tactic is coming from the same place. If you leave, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive to your house, sit in your driveway, have an abortion in your driveway with my kids sitting in the car watching it happen. That sound like a stable woman to you? Does that sound like a stable person to you?
What do you think I won't? You're not gonna fucking do that to me. That is the most fucked up thing I've ever heard of in my life. Fucking forcing someone to take it and then fucking saying you're gonna stay and then fucking take it off. Fucked up thing than anything.
This man is like, yo, I'm just tired, bro. Dude, I've been there so many fucking times, dude. I've been there so many fucking times. And you know why? Because I got bad taste in women. Mostly. I've got it right like twice. But I'm telling you, like, I end up somehow in situations like, I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Like, they always seem great. And then all of a sudden, you make them come a couple of times and then this shit comes out. And you're like, wait, what the fuck? It's terrible. It's terrible. Like, I can't explain it. Can't explain it. I don't give a fuck if he's married. I don't care. That's none of your business. It's none of my business. It's none of your business. That's irrelevant. What's happening here is it cannot be coincidence. It cannot be coincidence. Now, I think, sure, poor judgment, it happens. That's not criminal. Having bad taste in women is not criminal. But being in a shitty situation and then having a woman flip out on you, or a man, doesn't matter, generally speaking, having the person you're seeing flip out on you and you're in TurtleBoy's position, well, then that's just bad fucking timing, bad luck. That is a bad circumstance that happened at a bad time. It happens, dude. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it is. Right. A lot of women, they just date douchebags. And and then a lot of times as a guy, you're that woman's best friend going, I like you. What's the problem? And you got all your shit together and you're a nice person and you treat them with respect, but they always end up with the abusive dickheads. And you'll never meet, you know what I mean? That woman will never, she'll never grow out of that. Sometimes they do. But most of the time, it's just what turns them on. It's what they're into. Just like a guy. It happens too. Where we just fucking go after the crazy ones, and we don't know they're crazy. We don't see that they're crazy right off the bat. We think they're bubbly and fun. Man, I never met a girl like her, man. She's so different. Next thing you know, she's fucking stabbing you in the stomach. You know? Like, crazy. Kelly, thank you so much. TurtleBoy, let's call him John O'Keefe. Looks just like, I don't know what that means, but thank you. Val, thank you so much. It's unfortunate the timing, but at the end of the day, this has nothing to do with the Karen Reed case. It is his personal life, not ours. I absolutely agree. That's the only reason I'm covering this, is to make you people understand, not necessarily you, but this is right here. This is Christmas dinner, bro, for the drama community. This is fucking, this is a smorgasbord. Right now, they just hit the jackpot. The slot is just spitting out coins right now, the slot machine. We've all been there. Jesus was a side baby too. No strays. Thank you.
Guys, Paul, wake up! Guys, wake up! No, you're doing this to me! You're doing this to me!
So there she's waking up her kids. So there she's yelling and waking up her kids. And out of the two of them, he's more concerned about her kids than he is. Or than she is. Excuse me.
No, you're gonna make me have a breakdown. You don't get to do this to me. You're not gonna do this to me.
So now he's trying to calm the kids down, trying to get them to go back to sleep. He's going, shh. He's being very calm for the kids' sake, it sounds like. And she's yelling and screaming, trying to wake them up and get them out of the bed in order to do something absolutely and totally irrational.
Lie down. Lie down. What are you taking? Stop it. Stop it. You're waking up your children.
Yeah, I know. They're gonna wake up anyways. And I might as well get some fucking holding while I can, because I'm not gonna be able to drive in the next fucking hour. You just promised me. You don't do that to people. You just promised me.
I'll make a deal with you right now.
No, I'm not giving the paper back first. It's not happening. I'll give it to you after. No, then that's your only option. Call KK. You really want to do this to me? You really want to fucking do this to me? Guess what? If I fucking crash down on the way there, because I'm fucking having kids crashes, it's not going to do it. I will stage my way and I will tell Julie.
I love how people in the chat are saying that he's the manipulative one. Like, she's sitting there saying, this is all your fault. If I wake my kids up and put them in the car and go drive to your house and have a self-abortion in your driveway, it's your fault. But he's the manipulative one. I love that shit. Fantastic. Anonymous Josh 1985, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
No, what you're doing is abuse. Were you forcing me to take this and say you're going to stay with me and help me?
That is absolutely child abuse. Those kids should not be subjected to that at all. And if she was a responsible parent, she would have just let him leave. Period. They would have been her first priority. They are not her first priority. Clearly, in this video, there is clear evidence that those 4 children are not her number one priority.
That's abuse. That's abuse what you just did to me. And you need to fucking stay to your word because that's not that's fucked up what you just. And you need to fucking stop doing this to
He
me.
needs to go back to bed. He needs to get to bed. Put that boy back in bed right now. You heard me? Put that boy back in bed right now.
Oh, story of my life, Gregor Smith. Story of my life, bro.
You're damn fucking right, it's fine.
Right now.
You need to stop doing this to me. It's abuse what you're doing right now.
Okay. Here, let me just. Okay, that's it. So, yeah. So, at that point, he is being protective of her children. He's saying this is abuse. At this point, he's like, his conscience just cannot let her continue doing what she's doing. Now, we don't know what happened before the recording. We don't know what happened after the recording. But the fact is that if people are going to try to say that this somehow affects TurtleBoy's credibility as a journalist, as an investigative journalist, you're out of your mind. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. So be on the lookout. See what I did there? For people that are going to try to connect those two things, because one has nothing to do with the other. And even still, it is clear in that video that he's not the aggressor. It is abundantly clear that he's not. This isn't even a question of like, oh, I don't know. I'm going to have to lean this way or lean that way. No. If the only evidence you have is that video completely and totally indicates an unhinged woman who is being absolutely manipulative of keeping somebody there who doesn't want to be there. That is the aggressor. That is the abuser. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck what you say. If he's trying to leave, she's trying to keep him there, and she's threatening and pulling her kids out of bed. She's the aggressor. To do what? To go sit in his driveway and have a self-abortion in his driveway. Meanwhile, he's the only one on the planet that can be there, right? She can't call a friend. She can't call 911 and have an ambulance. Gives a fuck if it's 3 a.m. That's what I'm saying. If you don't have somebody that you can call in a situation like that at 3 a.m., I fucking feel sorry for you. To me, that usually says something about you. It usually says something about your personality that you don't have anybody willing to fucking help you at 3 a.m. that you can call in a situation like that they're not going to fucking put on their fucking chancletas and a robe and get the fuck over there as quick as possible. But let's just say, again, that she doesn't have anybody like that, but she has 4 kids. Why not just call an ambulance? Ambulances, they don't run at 3 a.m. Those of you in the chat that are going, it's 3 a.m. though, Glarer, but it's 3 a.m. Call an ambulance. Call 911. I can't be alone during this procedure, during this self-procedure. I can't be alone. And if you're going to be a piece of shit, get the fuck out of here. Especially if you hit me. I'm afraid for my own safety. You need to get the fuck out of here. I need to figure out how I'm going to get my kids settled and safe and keep them safe while I go under this procedure. It's not that difficult. There's nobody in her life. There's nobody in her life who gives a fuck about those 4 kids that she could call at 3 a.m. and say, hey, I'm having this problem right now. And I've got these 4 kids. Can you come over and watch them? This all stinks. You don't hear Clubber snoring behind me? Listen. Oh, he stopped right when I said that. Wait. Fuck. Every time I say something, then he says he does it right when I say something over him. I don't know if you guys could hear that, if the mic is picking it up, but I can hear him behind me doing it. This super chat is a mouthful. Unsilent majority. 911 hashtag 911 got truth on secretcourts.com. Albert framed me too. Okay. All right. I mean, am I going to look that up and it's going to say unsilent majority, unsilent percentage sign majority? I mean, okay. Write a blog, show some receipts, post them on Twitter, tag me. Do that. Tag me with your story. I mean, we don't know what happened after he stopped recording. That's my point. I love that people are saying that. I love that people are like, well, then, you know, if he's being accused, really? Like, why are we all here? Why are we all here? If he's being accused, well, then it must be true, right? If Karen Reed is being accused by the police, well, then I guess she must have killed John O'Keefe, right? If TurtleBoy is being accused of harassment and witness intimidation based on certain live streams that he did where there are titles and timestamps, well, then he must have did it. Regardless of what the proof shows, well, then I guess he must have fucking did it, right? So I guess we're going to say, well, I guess he must have did it after the recording ended, right? Doesn't matter. We don't have that recording. Unless there is a recording, we haven't seen it yet. All I'm saying is, based on what we're listening to just now, what we just watched, what we just paid attention to, that woman showed to be the aggressor and not the victim. Don't give a fuck what you say. The data doesn't lie. It's right there. So it's irrelevant what took place prior to the recording and after the recording. It's irrelevant. Doesn't matter. Because as far as proof is concerned, nothing happened. Why? Because there's no proof of it. Exactly, Darcy Miller. We don't know what happened before the recording started or after. We only know what we heard. And I'm only commenting based on what we heard. That's it. That is the only thing I'm commenting on. I'm not sitting here saying nothing happened after the recording. I'm not sitting here saying nothing happened before the recording. I'm saying if I'm a juror and the only evidence that I have on him being accused of domestic violence, well, then I'm not putting in a guilty verdict. I'm going, no, there's too much doubt. That woman's credibility is terrible. There's Tom CPU. I agree with you, Tom CPU. I agree with you. And I realize a lot of people, you know, and I'm not saying Tom CPU specifically. I'm just piggybacking off of my previous thought. You know, I realize that a lot of people who support TurtleBoy a lot don't want to believe, simply just don't want to believe that he's capable of any of these things. I don't think that way. I'm still thinking it's possible. I don't know the guy. I'm saying I have no skin in the game. I have no dog in the fight. All I can do is look at what is presented to me as evidence and make my decision based on that. Now, my mind may change. More evidence may come out later in regards to this. And I might go, oh shit. Well, fuck. You know, that changes everything. That might happen. But all I'm saying is based on what I'm seeing right now, what evidence is made available to me in regards to this situation. Simple. He's innocent. He didn't do anything. Now, just going to look over chat a little bit. SWAT is setting up outside his place now. Let me fucking y'all are just fucking killing me right now. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about him being arrested or anything like that. Let's see. No strays. Guilty or not, just catching a case on bail is 60 days. See, that's interesting too. So if that's true, then they got his ass, you know? Because this is the whole plan. Like, again, if you can't see that these people are doing everything they can to get him locked up, I mean, from just throwing charges out there and not being able to even present them properly in court, dude, like, that should tell you that this is a fucking witch hunt. There's no evidence. There's no argument. Like, Mello didn't even put up an argument as to why he should be remanded, why those stipulations should remain. He didn't put up shit. He showed up there fucking naked, and the judge scolded him for it. And then all of a sudden, any accusation, if he gets arrested, right? He's in jail 60 days. And you know what that does? In their mind, it cuts the head off the snake. Right? And the snake being the people of Canton and the people now that have looked at the evidence who aren't even in Canton, like me. I'm in Tennessee. So the people who simply just look at the documents and the witness statements, who feel like there's something seriously wrong with the Karen Reed investigation, with the investigation of John O'Keefe's death. It's clear that there's plenty wrong with it. Plenty wrong with it. And if you're part of this crowd of people because they think that he is blindly being followed, and if you are blindly following TurtleBoy, I would urge you to look at the witness statements and look at the evidence and look at everything that TurtleBoy has actually investigated and put out there in his blog. Do everything you can to educate yourself the proper way, not the way that Bill Cannon did by listening to Coffindoffer, but actually looking at data and then making up your own mind. Because if you don't do this, then you are proving the people who are trying to lock TurtleBoy up correct. You are proving them right. Because if you're blindly following him and you're not looking at the evidence itself, the evidence that he has worked so hard to reveal to you and risked his own freedom to reveal to you, then you're not really doing him any justice, are you? If you're just following him for him and you're proving the prosecution right, well, then guess what? The crowd disperses. They have no leader. You have no leader to cause any more of a stink and spread the word so that questions are asked. The right questions, asking the right people. If you depend on TurtleBoy solely to do this, then he failed. He failed you. That's a fact. Because this, make no mistake, is all about John O'Keefe and Karen Reed. The only reason that you all love and follow TurtleBoy the way that you do is because he revealed all of this information. He made all of this information available to you. So therefore, if you just forget all that and you just blindly follow TurtleBoy, you're not doing him any good. You're not doing him any favors. You're not supporting him. The way to support TurtleBoy properly is to support his work and respect the purpose in which that work was put out there. The purpose behind that was to educate you guys, to educate me and the rest of you on the truth behind the John O'Keefe investigation. That is his intention. So if he ends up in jail and then you guys walk around blind going, oh my God, what are we going to do without TurtleBoy? He failed you. Because now people need to get louder. Because this is just another indication. Because that's the truth. What's happening to him now is just another indication that they are trying to shut everyone up. They don't want you talking about this. Norfolk County, Morrissey's office, Michael Morrissey's office, does not want you talking about this. They do not want you investigating on your own and looking into the evidence on your own. They assume that you follow TurtleBoy blindly, and that's why they're doing this to TurtleBoy. And I get it, Tom CPU. It is abusive, Aiden. And nobody's saying not to support TurtleBoy and say, free TurtleBoy and wear your free TurtleBoy t-shirts and assemble. Nobody's saying not to do that. What I'm saying is, if all you're doing is, if you feel lost, if TurtleBoy is in jail and he's unable to blog and he's unable to stream on social media, that should not stop you. That's my point. That should absolutely not stop you. This should piss you off that much more. This should get you guys asking even more questions. This should get you guys demanding more justice. Because it's just another person to fight for. Why did he release that tape? First of all, it's not a fucking tape. But why he released that recording was exactly that. It exonerates him. If that's all the evidence, if that's really all the evidence, have you not been listening? If that's all the evidence there is that implicates TurtleBoy with domestic violence, dude, they don't even have anything to arrest him for. They have nothing to arrest him on. They have nothing to charge him with. But they will anyway, because they had nothing to charge him with before, and they still did. And this will probably end up in court. But I'm telling you guys, if this intimidates you in some way, those of you that have been supporting him and going to the courthouse in support of him, if somehow this discourages you, then everything has been for nothing. Everything's been for nothing. This is when more people should be packed outside that courthouse. Obviously, conducting yourselves in a civilized manner, not breaking the law, obviously peacefully protesting, but there's strength in numbers, people. I mean, you're saying a woman gets the... I don't want to hear that shit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the woman gets the benefit of the doubt or not. I'm saying, again, I don't know what other evidence there is of these accusations. I'm saying with the evidence that we have so far, there's nothing that even indicates that he's even violent. And his moral shortcomings in his personal life have nothing to do with the work that he did in regards to Karen Reed or John O'Keefe. They have nothing to do with that. Like, this dude is supposed to live like a fucking saint. Like, I learned this the hard way. The same fucking thing happened. The same thing happened when I was dealing with this other case that was known as the Sophie case. And her father, Michael Long, ends up he starts this whole movement because he's fighting for his daughter, who is claiming that she has been interfered with by her mom's boyfriend, and her mom actually not only sat by and let it happen, but participated even at times, according to her accusations. Very sick. And this father recorded his daughter without her knowledge, screaming and yelling and refusing to go. And this video went viral. And a lot of us on YouTube fought for her, and then this one idiot decided to go the opposition, and she had a large platform, and a bunch of brainless morons followed behind her. And then what ends up happening is the truth was absolutely on the right side. But then what ends up happening is when you have, and I'm sorry, no offense, ladies, but when you have a demographic that is mostly women who have been cheated on, because everybody's been cheated on, and this guy who's married ends up in a relationship with somebody who he met online, and it destroyed his credibility with most of the people that were following him. And this, for some reason, got equated with how much this guy cares about his daughter. People started to look at it, well, if he really cared about his daughter and he really wanted justice for her, he would have kept his dick in his pants and he wouldn't have gotten involved with this other woman. But me, I was like, I don't give a shit about that. That doesn't matter. What does that have to do with anything? Now, behind the scenes, and I even probably, I did. during a live stream, I went off about my feelings about it because I was pissed off at him. I was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? With all of this on the line, why wouldn't you just keep your dick in your pants? And then he had this explanation for it and explained it all off, and I didn't want to hear that shit. But what ended up happening was his credibility got fucked. He lost most of his public support, and then now he's in jail. Totally unjust, in my opinion. The court system totally railroaded his ass, and it's unjust. He filed motions to have a jury trial, and he was denied by a judge who worked against him from the beginning. And if you look at all of the transcripts of the court hearings, you'll see that that's exactly what happened. If you look at the depositions, I did like 8 different live streams going over the mother of this child's depositions. And you could tell this woman is completely full of shit. Now, I don't know if she's guilty of the things that her daughter accused her of. I'm saying she's a liar. So now, but all I ever wanted out of that was that the police do their job and actually look into the case and do a thorough investigation. They never did. There's no evidence of this. Now, the other side of people will say, yeah, they absolutely did. And then they closed it. Right. They closed it without actually investigating it. As a matter of fact, there's actually a recorded phone call of an off-duty sergeant calling another police department to tell them, because she was going to get a SANE exam done, the child. Now, a SANE exam, I don't know if you guys know this, but it's basically a rape kit, right? And so he tried to intercept an off-duty cop who was supposed to be investigating the sexual assault against this girl. This off-duty cop went out of his way to call because they had to go to another county because they didn't think that the cops were doing anything about it. They went to this police department. They didn't do anything. They seemed to want to sweep it under the rug because there were people involved with the police department that were implicated. And so what this father and his wife did at the time, they took the child to another county and had the hospital do a SANE exam on her there. Now, I happened to get a hold of that body cam footage and I played it. Now, that body cam footage, you hear him on the phone, you hear this cop on the phone with this cop, and I even have the recording of the cop talking to him because that phone call was recorded as well, directly from the phone. And as he's on the phone, the nurse comes up to the cop, and I saw the body. I played the body cam footage. The police officer is informed there at the hospital while this SANE exam is attempting to be intercepted by an outside party. An off-duty cop shouldn't have been doing that and lied and said that she was subject to 9 other exams, which never happened. That was the first one. The nurse informs the police officer that she had, excuse me, sorry, and I know this is going to be triggering, but had signs of a venereal disease. That's as far as I'll go, but it's pretty graphic, the details. Now, why would a 9-year-old girl have signs of a venereal disease? Why would she have symptoms of a very specific venereal disease? Yet nothing was ever done. And right now, that child, for all we know, is still in the custody of her mother, and God knows what's happening to her. While her father, who fought for her, went to jail and lost all the support that he could get simply because he had a bad, he made a decision with his dick instead of his brain. It sucks. And I'm not done talking about that case. As soon as dude gets out of jail, I'm going to do everything I can to fight for him. because I absolutely believe him. I think he had poor judgment, but I absolutely believe him. And I just don't think it's coincidence that on Christmas Eve, right after he has this, TurtleBoy has this court hearing, that he gets accused after Ken Mello publicly stated what he planned to do if TurtleBoy gets charged with another crime. He even stated, he even almost specified a separate crime. He said another crime. Yeah, I know tomorrow's his birthday. Yeah, that's true. And again, Peter Grant, you're saying she probably wasn't even Prego. Maybe, maybe not. See, I don't care about stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to tell you people. That's none of our business. I don't care if this woman was pregnant or not. I don't give a fuck what the circumstances of their argument was. It's not relevant to the case that we are all so passionate about. It's not relevant to the reason why most of us even know who TurtleBoy is. It's just not relevant to it. So I'm not going to concern myself with those dramatic details. That's what the shit channels are going to do. That's what the haters and the trolls are going to do. They're going to focus on the stuff that is absolutely irrelevant, because all they care about is the drama. They're not interested in justice. They're not interested in right or wrong. They're interested in something dirty and filthy and juicy to talk about. They're interested in tea, as the kids call it. That's all they care about. I'm not interested in those things. I am interested in how this is going to affect Karen Reed and how this is going to affect getting John O'Keefe justice ultimately. That's it. What do I think happens next? He gets arrested. I have to expect the worst. In order to prepare myself for what's next, I have to expect the worst. No, listen. It's not like I got this recording from some anonymous source. I streamed that straight from TurtleBoy's YouTube channel, TurtleBoy Live. He posted that. He was the one who recorded it. He's the one who posted it. And I'm glad he did. It was a smart thing to do. Because a woman that unhinged, who knows what she's capable of? So in order to protect himself, he recorded it. And he stated he was recording it and got her consent to record it. Or at least got her to verbally acknowledge that she knew she was being recorded at the very beginning of that video. I'm not, CC, I am not qualified to. I am not, and I want to be very clear about that. I am not here trying to compare myself to TurtleBoy or fill his shoes in any way, shape, or form. I am not qualified to do that. I do not have a college education. I do not have experience as an investigator, as an investigative journalist. I'm not a blogger. I'm not a writer. I am in no way, shape, or form qualified to take over anything here at all. This has never really been about TurtleBoy. They're making it about TurtleBoy. This is a double-edged sword right here. This is a two birds, one stone type tactic from Norfolk County right here. What this is it cuts off the head of the snake. At least they think it does, right? It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. And B, what it does is it makes you guys focused on TurtleBoy and not Karen Reed. It takes all of the attention, right? It's misdirection. It's a misdirection tactic. And as long as you see through this and don't let it happen and stay focused, stay on task of what actually matters here, then you're doing the best thing that you can possibly do for TurtleBoy. And you're doing the best thing that you could possibly do for Karen Reed. And you're doing the best possible thing that you can do to get John O'Keefe justice ultimately. Make no mistake about that. You guys have always had all the power. That is what a journalist does. An effective investigative journalist, what that person does is it puts the power in the people's hands. You are the people. TurtleBoy has done this. He put the power in your hands. What you do with it moving forward, regardless of what happens to TurtleBoy, is completely up to you. Jamie, appreciate that. Thank you. Will, I appreciate your perspective, and I firmly believe Aiden would do the same for you if the faux shit in the woods or something. Merry Christmas. I think so too. And there you go. This is part of that. This applies. When you guys say we ain't got no quit, this is the time to not have it. If there ever was a fucking time for you guys to not have no quit, it's now. This is the time. And I'm telling you, the main reason I'm this on fire about it is because of Tom CPU. Not just Tom CPU, but he is one major example. Just his camaraderie with the rest of the people out there during these assemblies is inspiring as fuck. Seeing the young jerks, seeing Mike McGrath, or Dave McGrath, sorry. Seeing these people using their voice in every possible way that they can, being out there, showing up, setting that example of peaceful protesting, being loud in just the right way, and doing it in such numbers is incredibly inspiring. Like, yeah, I dig the fuck out of TurtleBoy and what he's done. Absolutely. But what brings tears to my eyes is seeing what you guys have been doing. And I don't think TurtleBoy would argue with that. I can't speak for him, but I'd say, I mean, I based on his actions, that's what I would assume he feels the same way about. I would assume. That's what he's doing. He's informing you guys of certain things, and you guys are taking this information and applying it. Now's the time where you got to keep doing it. And you know what makes Tom so inspiring to me too? Like what really makes Tom so inspiring to me, because you guys are saying that Tom's inspiring. Yes. What really makes Tom so inspiring to me is seeing how inspired he is. It's like this it's this dope fucking dynamic that I see, man. Not even like, I don't even know how else to put it. It's this fucking dope ass, beautiful dynamic that everybody seems to have. Like you guys feed off each other's inspiration. Like you're inspired by this person and that person is in turn inspired by you. And it just goes back and forth to everybody, like in this massive crowd of people outside of a courthouse there for the same reasons. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. That energy is dope. You know, that's something you guys got to be proud of, man. And you all work together and showing up and speaking at those select board meetings. You know, like that's just beautiful. I mean, it's amazing. You know, I've never seen anything like that. I've never even been somewhat part of something like that. Like, and it blows my mind. And like, I'm grateful. Like, so far, this has been the most moving experience that I've ever been a part of as a YouTube creator, easily, without a doubt. And that's because of everything, all of you guys pulling together the way that you have. That's amazing to me. And it scares the shit out of the right people who should be fucking scared of it. Yet nobody's being threatening. Nobody is being violent. You guys are the example. You guys are the example of what America's all about. Like you are bringing incarnate an idea that our forefathers had when they wrote down our rights. When they thought up our rights and made them documented. That stuff was in theory when that was written. You guys are bringing it to life. You guys are proving it correct. You know how fucking amazing that is? You know how proud of yourselves you should be for that? I've never seen that before. Been on this planet for 48 years. Never seen that before. And I love it. One silent majority member for 1 month. 901, seek the real truth glare. Got truthamerica.com. Thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome. Okay. So did he actually go turn himself in? I don't know if he turned himself in or what. I would assume he's going to. I would assume. I mean, what else would he do? That's what I would do. I you know, based on the little bit that I know of the situation, if that's all there is to know, then yeah, in theory, I would turn myself in. I would just be like, all right. I mean, I'd call my lawyer. The first fucking thing I'd do is call my lawyer. And I'm sure he's been talking to Tim Bradle. I'm sure they've been communicating quite adamantly. I'm sure they have. I mean, it doesn't matter if Bradle's out of town. I mean, does that mean that? That's these things. They got reach. You know. I mean, if I'm paying Bradle that kind of money, dude, I need you on the phone right now. You know, it doesn't mean that he could show up to court, but he could at least tell him what to do. What is the right thing to do? No, TurtleBoy's not. I mean, no. What? Why would you think that TurtleBoy's on the run on Christmas? No, don't listen to rumors, man. But thank you. I appreciate the super chat. Leah Baker, Green Guy, please share the hospital info. Um, yeah, I mean, it's such a shame, bro. Like, it's such a shame that this could be happening in the town where John Adams fought for everyone to have the right to a fair trial. Like that's I mean, if you know anything about that, about the what was it? The Boston Massacre, right? John Adams represented the English soldiers, right? John Adams, one of the forefathers of our country, represented the English soldiers who were accused of murdering innocent people. Yet, and he did his damnedest to defend them, even though people were shitting all over him and saying that's the enemy. These people are tyrants. And he was like, tyrants or not, they deserve, any human being. This is about human rights. Any human being deserves the right to a fair trial, regardless of who they are, how we feel about them, how we feel about their politics. They deserve the right. So John Adams absolutely felt that he was going to do, no matter who it was, he was going to represent them fairly because he believed in the law. He was an ethical attorney who was like, I don't care who I'm defending. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to defend them as best as I can under the eyes of the law. I'm going to use the law to defend them in any way I can. And if they turn out to be guilty, they turn out to be guilty. Fuck it. But if they're innocent, regardless of how I feel about them, I am out to show that they are innocent. On silent majority, thank you again. 911, George Soros framed. TR, Karen murdered John. Okay. Thanks for the super chats, though, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. So it's a shame. It's a shame that this is happening where the birth of blind justice in this country took place. John Adams also wrote most of the Massachusetts Constitution that was then the template for the United States Constitution. He would not want us to quit ever. Agreed. I absolutely agree with you. And right now, the state that this country is in, it's never needed more American America than now. And I believe that with my entire heart. This country has never needed to be more of an American America right now. And that America is blind justice, fairness, rights, and people willing to fight for it. So anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you guys joining me, especially so late at night, man. That means a lot, and I appreciate all your support. And as soon as I know something more, first thing tomorrow, if that's the case, once I get Clubber all worked up and worked out and settled in, walked and fed and all that, we will do this again very soon, my friends. Love you guys. Merry Christmas.